Hello, everyone. Good morning. Sunday morning, day 9, quarantine yoga. We're going to give everyone a couple moments to get situated, and I encourage you today to bring a strap. And if you don't have a strap, then you can use a men's necktie. You remember those? Some of you used to wear those up until a couple weeks ago. Maybe you're still wearing them for your Zoom virtual meetings. This one, I had to actually smack the dust off of it because it's been a long time since this St. Patrick's green tie has been used. So I'll give you a moment to grab anything that resembles a strap and a couple blocks before we get started. Just want to give a shout out and a happy birthday to Kiddo, whose birthday it is today. Happy birthday, Omid. And from a socially respectable distance, a socially responsible distance, 22 years, wow, on this planet. And the world is your oyster. For all of you youth out there with the great uncertainty ahead, these are challenging times, but it's also an opportunity for you guys to create the answers that previous generations had created challenges for that now are needing solutions. So it's a big job and a big responsibility, but it's also an opportunity for you guys to really rise into your potential. So big love to all the youth out there that are figuring out ways to make life work in a way that's fulfilling for you individually. So it looks like we've given enough time for everyone to get situated here. We're going to be doing a practice that's on our back, so you want to have a comfortable yoga mat on, utilized so that you're not going to be on a hard floor surface. If you want to bunch up 2 yoga mats as well, one on top of the other. And we're going to set our intention and ground first. I've got a big clunky headset on today because I forgot my earbuds at my mom's place. So bear with me as I use this. Hopefully it stays in position as we're on our backs. So getting comfortable, guys, let's find our seat. Pull the flesh of the seat open. And we'll let the hands rest on the thighs here. And on that next breath, we're going to inhale the shoulders up to the ears, hold that tension, and exhale through the mouth. And 2 more times, moving with the breath. Inhale, shoulders up to the ears, hold that tension, and exhale, release. 1 more time. Inhale the shoulders up to the ears, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale, release. Relax the chin towards the chest, towards the heart, and slow motion roll the head out side to side. And let gravity elongate the back and sides of the neck. On the next inhale, we'll bring the head back up to center and roll it out through the shoulders. On that next breath, we'll take the hands to either arms and rub the arms vigorously to bring energy up into the upper arms. And then take the hands to the backs of the shoulders and rub there, up into the neck. And then take your hands to your side ribs in the back and give yourself a nice rub there, side ribs and lower back. And then hands to the heart, draw circles at the heart here, a couple breaths, feel the energy tingling through the body. And then on that next breath, take the hands to the thighs and rub the thighs vigorously, feeling that energy ground down into the lower half of the body. And then on that next breath, shake the hands out. Give a good shake out here until you hear the fingers kind of thwacking together. And then a couple figure 8s with the wrists and opposite direction figure 8s. And then release the hands down. With the eyes closed, let's set an intention here for our class. My intention for you guys is to create a space to fill your cups. Because the thing about our feeling of connection is that it doesn't happen unless we actually make the awareness happen for you to fill your cup with the things that actually have you feel alive. So whether things or ways of being, feelings of connection to your loved ones, take a moment here to reflect on what it is that has you feel alive. Perhaps it's creative, artistic expression. Perhaps you love to journal and write, or play music, or listen to music, or dance in the living room with your kids or your partner, or cook together, or garden, or walk, hike, whatever it is that has you feel alive. And bring that image up into the mind's eye, the space between the eyebrows here, and breathe that picture to life. So with the eyes closed, you're seeing that picture of what has you feel. Notice how the energy in your body opens up to this and has you lean in, lean forward towards it energetically. This is your body saying yes. Two more breaths here. Breathing in your yes. And let that be your intention and guiding vision for your class today, for our class together. Let that be your North Star. So we're going to keep that. Release the eyes. Find a soft gaze in front of you. And with the eyes softly opened, you can still see and feel in the body that image of your yes. So keep that as an intention, kind of like you're wearing it as a jacket over your body for our class together today. So on that next breath, extend your legs forward, shake it out, and we're going to come onto our backs. You can bend the knees here and come onto your backs and have your strap available within arm's reach so you don't have to struggle to get it. So coming onto our backs here, let's extend the legs forward and shake them out. Walk your heels forward so the legs are long. Lift the hips and stretch the tailbone down towards the heels so the lower back is long. And walk your hands down towards the heels so that the shoulders are long as well. And gently rock the feet side to side and feel how the legs, the femur, the thigh bone, just gently rotates in place in the hip joint. So just free, comfortable movement here. And then rock your head also gently side to side. And let your head roll all the way out to the left so that you feel that stretch through the right side of the neck and shoulder, letting that left ear come towards the floor. I'm a little restricted here because of my headset, but you go as deep as your neck comfortably allows. And then inhale the head back up to center. And exhale the head out to your right, relaxing the right ear towards the direction of the floor. And just notice how far it comfortably goes without strain. And there may be a difference between one side and the other, which is normal. Just bringing your awareness to that. And then inhale the head back up to center. On that next breath, bring your attention to your lower back. And inhale, press the lower back into the floor. Feel your belly activate here. Take your fingers to your belly and feel your core activate. So gently press your fingertips into the belly and feel how that core is now active. And then on your next exhale, release. And we'll do that 3 times. Inhale, press the belly towards the floor. And exhale, release.
One more time. Inhale, press the belly towards the floor. And exhale, release. Good. So now we'll bend the knees. And we'll do the same thing here with pressing the lower back into the floor. You may want to take one of your blocks and place it between the thighs. If you don't have a block, don't worry about it. Just that we don't want the knees to tip together to touch. We want a bit of space there so that the knees are relatively neutral in line with the hips. So on that next breath, press the lower back into the floor. Feel the belly activate again. And exhale, release. Inhale, press the belly down towards the floor. Feel your core activate. And exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, press the belly down. And exhale, release. So now that we've created this motion of activation and release, we're going to take that into a hip lift here. So first, press your belly down and feel that when you do that, your tailbone curls up off the floor. And that's what we want. We want the tailbone curled up off and away from the floor. So that on your next breath, you can begin to slowly peel the spine one vertebra at a time away from the floor. And on that next breath, inhale, press the hips up. And exhale, roll your spine down so the wave is happening in the opposite direction. I think I'm going to use waves as my theme today in honor for my son's birthday. He's a surfer. On that next breath, inhale, peel the spine away from the floor. Feeling that wave move up the spine, hips press up. And exhale, roll the spine down towards the floor, one vertebra at a time, waving the spine down. Last breath. So this is slow, controlled movement here. Inhale, peel the spine away from the floor, hips press up. And at the top of the inhale, exhale, slowly roll the spine down. And release. Good. Remove the block from between the thighs. Draw the knees in towards the chest with the hands and rock side to side. As you rock, release the lower back into the floor. And we'll draw a circle here with the knees and opposite direction, circle with the knees. Extend the legs up towards the ceiling, hands on the floor beside the hips, and give the legs a good shake out. And draw a couple ankle rolls here, ankle circles with your ankles, and opposite direction, ankle circles. Flex the feet, and we're going to pulse this out here 3 times. Inhale, press the heels away from you, straightening the legs to your ability, and exhale, release the knees into the chest. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, press the heels up towards the ceiling, and exhale, pull the knees into your chest with your hands. One more time. Inhale, press the heels up towards the ceiling, flex the feet, and exhale, press the knees into your chest with your hands. And then release the knees down, the feet down, knees bent. We're going to draw that right knee into the chest with the hand and press your left heel forward. So we'll pulse this out 3 times on each side, 1 breath on each side. So it looks like 1 knee at a time, drawing into the chest. Inhale, draw the right knee in. Exhale, press the right heel forward and pull the left knee in. Inhale, pull the left knee in a little more. And exhale, switch over to the other side. Keep your feet flexed, active feet. Inhale, draw that right knee in, press the left heel forward. Exhale, switch over to the other side, pressing the right heel forward. Inhale, pull in a little more through that left knee, and exhale, switch over to the other side. And then release the legs down and give your legs a good shake out. So now we're going to use that strap or necktie, men's necktie, whatever you've got handy. And Normally this strap is undone, but instead of me struggling here with it, I'm just going to use it as is so I don't take up your time. We're going to draw that right knee into the chest and wrap your strap around the right foot. And on that next breath, extend the leg up towards the ceiling, letting your hands slide down the strap as much as you need. So again, the importance here is to find appropriate challenge, which means that you are feeling the edge of your ability, but you can still breathe into the body and into the area that we're working on. So work those hands up your strap as much as your body comfortably allows within your range of motion. And then bring your attention to your shoulders and root your shoulders into the earth without excessive force. So shoulders are anchoring down without force. And then bring your attention to that left leg here and tap that left leg a couple times. When we tap that left leg, that activates your grounding leg, your rooting leg. So remember our principles here of root to rise in yoga. When you press that left leg down, feel how that right leg activates. Something you can even try here is if you were to release your hands for a moment, the simple act of pressing that left leg down activates and fires that right leg up. Do you guys feel that? It's like it suddenly brings life to that right leg when you root the left leg down. So this is pretty deep here. You can hold on to your strap again. So make sure that left leg is active, guys. It's not a passive leg. It's actually really active. Keep rooting down and bring your attention to the right sit bone. Also root that right sit bone down as well. 2 more breaths, breathing into that right hamstring. On that next breath, you're going to hold on to the strap with your right hand and take your left hand and place it on the floor beside you. I know you can't really see that here, but if I were... There we go. There's a limitation of wearing this headset. So take that left hand and press it into the floor so that you've got leverage as you now lower that right leg out to your appropriate angle. Remember what we did with that left leg, rooting it down? Keep the left leg rooted down, and you can rest your right elbow onto the floor here. So just go to your appropriate challenge. It doesn't matter how deep you go so long as you're feeling your hamstring open up. Something you can do with your block is take it underneath the right thigh there to give you some leverage and support underneath the right glute. So let's take a couple breaths here to send the breath down the spine into that right hamstring. And you're using your left arm to help brace the body, the right elbow to support that right leg, and that block underneath the right glute if you want that extra support. 1 more breath here. On that next breath, coming out of the pose slowly, you're just going to release the strap and bend the right knee so you can support the right knee with your hand and bring it right back to center. Just let the strap fall wherever it falls. Holding on to the right knee with your hands, rock it side to side. So that rocking motion here, rocking the hip open, and draw a circle with that right hip, and opposite direction circle with that right hip. And then we're going to come into a gentle twist here. So I'm going to move over just so I've got room to show you guys here. We'll take, yep, you can still see me, good. So we'll take that right knee and guide it over with the left hand out to your left into a gentle twist. You can take that right hand out beside you to brace the body. Once you've found that angle of twist that works for you, you're going to very gently rock into it. So you're breathing into your lower back as you rock the right knee towards the direction of the floor. You're breathing into the lower back. This is not a yanking. This is a rocking, because the rocking motion helps us to release from unconscious somatic patterns that the body takes on to compensate if we have misaligned posture. So we're just helping us to unlock from those kind of memorized patterns of compensation. It feels good to rock it out here through the lower back. And then release back to center. Extend both your legs forward and shake it out. Because I've got a wall close to me here, I'm going to spin myself around and turn myself around, but you guys can stay exactly as you are on your backs. I'll remember to have a block handy if you want to use that for the other leg. So now let's hug that left knee into the chest and practice rooting through that right leg here. So flex that right foot and tap the floor a couple times. When you tap it, it's like you're telling the body, hey, activate through this leg. Okay? So press the right leg down and feel how that also fires up your right glute, your right butt cheek. Suddenly the muscles are activated. That's what we want. And then take your strap around the left foot and extend and lengthen. Remember, your hands can slide down the strap as much as you need so that the shoulders can anchor into the floor without force. Our practice does not include force. It includes encouragement and appropriate challenge that has you dance with your own border, your own edge. So again, rooting down through that right leg. Let's keep pressing that left heel up here. And then check here, release the hands for a moment with that rooting down of the right leg. Do you feel that left leg fire up? Do you feel energy transference from the right leg moving up through the left leg? It's like this continuous loop of energy when we're activated through our root. And on that next breath, switch your strap just to the left hand so you can root down through that right hand and slowly release out to the left. You can rest down on that left elbow, and you can take that block right underneath your left glute to give you more support if you like. So choose the option that works for you. Check that your shoulders and neck are relaxed. When something is excessively challenging, you'll notice that your body will transfer tension into the neck or shoulders or any other part of your body that you tend to compensate in patterns for. So when we become aware of that, then we could simply change the direction of energy moving into these tension points, breathe into them, and redistribute that movement of energy into the area that is actually being opened up at the time. So it's like the body is giving us feedback to say, hey, send your breath here. Even if it's slightly uncomfortable at first, because we are, after all, challenging old patterns, but in service of your body. On that next breath, release the left knee. Use your hands to help draw the knee back into the chest. Hug it in and rock side to side. Draw a circle with that left knee and opposite direction circle. And then use your right hand to help sweep the knee across into a gentle twist and rock it out here. Again, we're not yanking. It's a rocking, like you're rocking your baby to sleep. It's a gentle, loving rocking. Remember Robert Munch's book, I'll love you forever, I'll love you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. I used to love reading that book to my kids. And on that next breath, release the left knee back towards the chest and extend your leg forward and shake it out. So we're going to use the strap for both feet now. We'll bend the knees and draw the knees into the chest and take your strap around both feet. And then have one of your blocks nearby as well, because this will be a fun one with your block. If you don't have a block, that's okay. The reason why I'm going to use a block for the next one is because it's light. If it falls, it's not going to hurt you. So don't use a book for the next one because I don't want it falling on you. So first we'll start with the hamstring opener on both legs, strap around the feet, extend both legs up towards the floor. Now the legs are touching. If you want a little bit more postural alignment here, you can take your block between the thighs, and what that does is it gives you something extra to hug into. Creates a little bit of space between the feet, but notice there that it kind of firms up the hugging in action of the legs, of the thighs pressing together. Then bring your attention to your tailbone and roll your tailbone down towards the floor. Walk the hands as far up your strap as you can comfortably manage, with the shoulders anchored into the floor. Again, with no force. So the work here is to roll that tailbone down towards the floor. The nice thing about this is that you're creating a forward fold in the body without compromising your lower back. So when we do our standing forward folds, often the lower back can get compressed, but this is using the force of gravity to support you. So working through your core here, your belly muscles. Remember earlier we pressed the belly button down towards the floor? So we're going to do that again 3 times. Inhale, press your belly down towards the floor. Keep the tailbone rooted down. And exhale, release the belly. So that requires some work and some synchronization of different muscles here. Inhale, press your belly button down and also press your tailbone down. And exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, press your belly button down, tailbone down, and exhale, release. Now on that next breath, we're going to move through the torso. So we're going to peel the spine up off the ground, similar to what we did earlier. Inhale, press the heart up towards the thighs, and exhale, roll yourself down. And we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, press the heart up towards the thighs, and exhale, roll yourself down. Last time. Inhale, press the heart up towards the thighs, and exhale, press the head or release back down. And relax the knees here. Remove the strap and the block. Knees in the chest. Rock it out side to side. Rock your head also gently side to side in case there was any tension that loaded up in the neck there. Let it go, because again, we do tend to compensate through the neck and shoulders if our core is weak. And if that's the case, don't feel bad about it. It's just what we all naturally do to try and compensate, and it's teaching us to use the core more. So as you become aware of that, you'll notice, there is tension going up to the shoulders and neck. I'm going to move that energy and bring it down into the belly, which has the potential to hold that energy and use it much more efficiently. So think of moving that tension down and using the belly and the core to gather it and turn it into kinetic energy for the rest of the body to use. So it's kind of like a shifting of energy. So on that next breath now, we're going to take the block and place it on the feet. If you don't have a block, just pretend that you are placing a block or a bowl of water on the feet. Okay? So here it is. If your block falls, don't worry. If your imaginary bowl of water falls, also don't worry, because you will be fine. So you're going to extend the legs up towards the ceiling, hands on the floor beside the hips. So here we have a block, which we are imagining as a bowl of water. If it falls again, don't worry, on the feet. So this is really having us integrate and work through the core here. Press your belly button down towards the floor, press your tailbone down, and if you want to bend the knees here to make it a little easier, that's totally fine. Just work within your capacity. If the knees are bent, that's fine, so long as you feel the work happening. So belly active, tailbone rooted and grounded. Now this imaginary bowl of water, you're going to draw as large of a circle with this imaginary bowl of water on your feet without sloshing the water around. Large, big circle here. And then opposite direction, large, big circle. Now notice if tension moves to the shoulders and neck, again, move that energy down into the core and belly to support you. Transference of energy, utilizing that available energy in the body in a different way. And then bend the knees and let your block fall. Feels good. Or your imaginary bowl of water. Let it fall all over the floor. Big mess. Hands on the knees. Rock it out side to side. Breathe into your lower back. And on that next breath, rest your feet down, knees bent. We'll just move the strap out of the way here. Oops. And then we're going to take the soles of the feet together and let the knees flower open into gravity. So we're letting the knees open up towards the floor, and then scoot your bum down towards the heels of the feet. So walk yourself down so that you're scooting the butt towards the heels of your feet. You can take the hands to the thighs here and just gently rock the thighs towards the direction of the floor. We'll spend 5 breaths here just rocking it out. This is a nice release through the inner thighs. 3 more breaths here, rocking side to side. You can also rock the head gently side to side to release any tension through the shoulders and neck. And then release the hands. If you've noticed that the feet have scooted away, then just bring yourself a little closer again. Scoot your bum a little closer back towards the heels. And then we'll open up through the neck again. Turn the head all the way out to the left. I've got this bulky headset, so I won't be able to demonstrate that too well. But we're rolling the left ear towards the floor. Close the eyes and enjoy that lengthening there. You can even take your left hand to the right ear and help to draw the head out to your left a little further. So you're using your hand to help draw the head out to the left a little further. Breathe into that right shoulder and walk the right hand further down towards the floor. And then exhale, release. Bring the head back to center. And then on that next breath, we'll draw the head out to the right as far as your neck allows. And you can take the right hand to the left ear and help draw the head further out to the right, walking that left hand as far away from you as you can so that the left shoulder elongates. One more breath here. And exhale, release. Bringing the head back to center. Use your hands to help bring the knees back together and open up your feet as wide as your yoga mat. So the feet are wide here as your yoga mat, and we're going to lower the knees all the way out to the left. You can use your left hand to press the left knee down, and then coming into a twist, roll the head out to the right. Take the right hand to your left ear and draw the head further out to the right. We'll stay here for 3 breaths. Enjoying that opening through the hips here. You may feel it in the outside of, or pardon me, the front of that right hip. You may feel that there as you press that right knee towards the floor. And on the next inhale, bring the knees back up to center. And exhale, roll the knees out to the right. Press that right knee down with your right hand. Press the left knee down and roll the head out to the left into a gentle twist. You can take the left hand to the right ear and help guide your head even further out to the left. You can also let that left shoulder relax towards the floor. Notice how the front of the left hip opens up as you press the left knee down towards the floor. One more breath here. Hope you guys can hear me okay today because I'm wearing a different headset. And on that next breath, inhale the knees back up to center. So on that next breath now, we're going to walk the feet out a little wider than your yoga mat because we're going to do an opening of the external aspect of the hips. As you press the knees down, if the knees touch, then the feet are not wide enough. So you may need to widen your feet a little further in order to press the knees down because we don't want the knees to touch here. So the action here, you can even take your hands to your thighs. As you press the thighs down, notice that the outsides of your feet want to roll up off the floor. So roll the outsides of the feet down while you simultaneously press the thighs down. And you're going to feel that in the outer hip. Now notice that the lower back wants to arch up off the floor, so simultaneously root your belly and lower back down into the floor. As all of this is happening, there's a lot of moving parts here in this opener. Belly grounding down, thighs rooting down, outer feet pressing down. You'll feel an aspect of the hips open up that you may not be familiar with because this is not a common opener. So breathe space into that outer hip here. Last breath here. And exhale, release. Walk the feet back together. Draw the knees into the chest with the hands. And we'll do a few butterflies here, knees opening and closing, and opening and closing. Extend the legs up towards the ceiling, hands on the floor beside the hips, and give your legs one last final good shake out on our backs here. And then extend the legs forward onto the floor. So we're going to do a tree pose here, lying down. We're using the force of gravity here today to support our practice, and it's a wonderful hip opener to do this with gravity. So let's use that left leg because you can see it most easily here. As you bring that left leg in, as if you're doing tree pose, a standing tree pose, I want you to straighten that right leg out and flex the foot as if you're standing on that foot. Because if I were to demonstrate tree pose standing, we're balancing on that standing leg. So you're doing the same lying down, okay? So that right leg is still active, it's not passive. And how we can make it active is tap that right leg on the floor, just like we did earlier, and then press the floor away from you with that right leg, and notice how your right glute, your right butt cheek fires up. And again, that's what we want. So right leg pressing down. Now take your left knee and also press it down. So now both glutes are fired up. And then we can take the hands and stretch them back behind us. This is a lovely opener here for the shoulders as well. So fingertips pressing together. Press the shoulders down towards your hips and legs, but press the fingertips, not the palms, but the fingertips together, and stretch the fingertips back. When we do that, you'll feel your shoulder blades fire up and press into your spine. And that is also what we want. So there's nothing passive happening in this pose here, guys. It's active all the way through from the sole of the right foot that you're imagining yourself balancing on, all the way through to your fingertips. So check that you can breathe down the whole length of your spine here. This is, if you're doing this with alignment, you're working here. You can even work up a sweat in this pose even though you're lying down. So imagine yourself standing on that right foot, balancing here. 2 more breaths. Actively press the fingertips together. Press the floor away from you with the left knee and right leg and belly button. Feel everything working there? And exhale, release it all out. It feels good to release all that tension from the body, doesn't it? Shoulders relaxed. Rock your head gently side to side. And extend that left leg forward and shake the legs out. Give a real good shake here so that the body relaxes into neutral hips again. Gently rock the head side to side, just letting your arms rest wherever they're comfortable. So now we'll bring the hands back down beside the hips so that we can set ourselves up through the legs first. We're now going to, I'll turn so you guys can see better. We're going to bend that right knee and press the right foot into the left inner thigh as if you're actually doing tree pose standing. If I were to demonstrate this pose standing, it would be no different. It's just that we're lying down on our backs now using gravity to help open up the hips. So bring that right foot in, press that right foot into the left inner thigh. Now peek up here. I want you to check that your left heel is in line with the left hip. So that extending standing leg, well, we're pretending that we're standing on it, is in alignment. It's like one straight line all the way down, because quite often it's skewed off to one side. And that just, again, teaches us about our postural balances and imbalances. So rest your head back down, keep that left foot flexed as if you're standing on it. Now, tap that left leg a couple times, just like we did on the other side. Activate the left leg, and then boom, root it down. When you root it down, notice your left glute activate. Then take that right knee and boom, press it down and feel your right glute activate. So both glutes are active now. Now take your belly button and boom, press it down. Feel the core activate. Now check that you can still breathe down the full length of your spine even though your belly button is pressing down. Okay, so we still can breathe right down into the core even though the core is active. This is teaching us active movement of the breath, even through muscle activation. And then take the hands and stretch them up overhead. Press your fingertips together, not the palms, but the fingertips, and feel the shoulder blades press through to the spine. Check that the shoulders are not hunched up to the ears. They are pressed down towards the hips and feet, although the fingertips are stretching back. There's so much beautiful complementary and oppositional force in the body happening right now. It's this dance of effort and surrender, of work and release. Check that your breath can move down the whole length of your spine. In our yoga practice, it's like we're taking our breath on a journey through the body. Can the breath move into every part of the body, although you're working every part of the body? So notice that when we work an effort, sometimes we want to hold the breath. But this is actually teaching us to surrender through the work by moving the breath through, all the way through, even through tension points. It's a great analogy for moving and dancing with the natural challenges in life. Exhale, release all that tension out of the body. Feel yourself just kind of sink like a sponge into the floor. And release that right leg forward and shake it out. Open up the feet and windshield wipe the feet side to side. And check here that your femur, your thigh bone, can gently rotate in the hip joint with ease. So the hip joint is completely relaxed here. And then rock your head gently side to side as well, releasing any tension through the neck and shoulders. And on that next breath, we're going to draw the knees in towards the chest. Hug the knees in with your hands and open up the arms beside you into bent elbows. So I'm just showing you what the arms look like on the floor. They're cactus arms, bent elbows, resting on the floor. And on that next breath, we're going to rock the knees out to either side 3 times on each side, out to the left and right. 3 times, rocking side to side. You can roll your head in the opposite direction. On the inhale, the knees draw into the center of the chest, and on the exhale, they roll out to the side. One more time on each side. It just feels really good to rock the knees side to side here. We spent our whole practice today on our backs, guys, using gravity as a friend to help to open up the hips and align the spine. So on that next breath, we're going to come into a deeper twist. So I encourage you to draw the knees in as close as you can when you come into the twist, because then you get a more effective opening in the upper thoracic spine. So hug those knees in and then lower the knees out to the right. And for those of you that want a deeper opening, you can cross the left leg on top of the right, press the whole legs set up here down with the right arm. And then from there, take your left arm to your rib cage. Hopefully you can see that. Left arm to your rib cage and draw your left rib cage out to the left. And let gravity sink your left shoulder towards the direction of the floor. So the more the knees are drawn into your chest, the more you'll get to open up the upper thoracic spine, which is much harder to open up because the ribs there are protecting that spinal rotation. But then that's also where a lot of our tension points are, is in the back of the heart and upper back. You can even take that left hand and walk it out beside you, letting that left arm and left shoulder sink into gravity. Like we did earlier, if you want, you can roll the head a little further out to the left by taking the left hand to the right ear and helping to draw the head a little further out to your left. Just choose any option here that allows you to enjoy this twist for your next 3 breaths. Close the eyes, and again check that you can move your breath down the entire length of your spine. Every pose in our practice gives us the opportunity to do a full body scan here, from the soles of the feet all the way through the crown, top of the head, and see where the breath can be moved into the body where it maybe hasn't touched yet. And on that next breath, release, coming out, unlock the legs, and draw the knees back to center. Release the feet down and realign the hips back to center. And just a little realignment here through the hips. Inhale, press the hips up, and exhale, roll the spine down. One more time. Inhale, just gentle here. Inhale, press the hips up, and exhale, roll the spine back down. That just kind of resets everything as we get ready for the other side. Bring the knees into the chest with your hands. I'll spin around so you guys can see better. Rock the knees side to side, and then lower the knees out to your left. And as the knees lower down, try and keep the knees in as close to the chest as possible, and then press the knees down with that left arm. If you want that deeper twist, you can cross the right leg on top of the left, but keep walking the knees right up into the chest as close as you can go as you press them down to the floor. And then from there, take your right hand to your right rib cage. Hold on to the right rib cage with that right hand and help pull the right rib cage out to the right towards the direction of the floor. You'll feel that in the lower back. You might even give yourself a nice gentle chiropractic adjustment here, self-adjustment. Roll the head out to the right, and then take that right arm out to the right wherever it feels good for you. You can straighten the right arm all the way out to the right, or you can straighten it out behind you, or you can just keep pulling the rib out to the right if that felt good for you. If you want to open up through the neck some more, right hand to the left ear and help draw the head further out to the right. You can let the arm come behind you. So find your ideal opening here for your next 2 breaths. Close the eyes and check that your breath moves the entire length of your spine. Every part of the body touched by your breath. And on that next breath, release the hands back to the legs to help support them back to center. Unlock the legs, bring the knees back to center, hands on the knees, rock it out side to side. Draw a big circle with the knees, and opposite direction circle with the knees. Getting ready for our Shavasana, final relaxation. Extend your legs forward and shake the legs out. If you'd like to take a moment here to make yourself comfortable with a pillow underneath the knee or bolster underneath the knee or pillow under the head, or put a jacket on or a sweater to make yourself warm. Get yourselves extremely comfortable here. And once you're as comfortable as you could get, walk the heels down, lift the hips and stretch your tailbone down, and then walk your hands down and gently rock the head side to side. Bringing the head back to center, we'll inhale deeply through the nose Exhale through the mouth. Again, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Again, this time a holding at the top of the inhale. Inhale deeply. And hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Eyes closed. Before we completely surrender into our Shavasana, we're going to do a little Om together that's going to help you find the vibration at the back of the head that is really calming for the nervous system. So you guys are going to stay on your backs, eyes closed, as I guide you through this. I'm just going to come to seated so that I can guide you more easily. But all of you stay on your backs, eyes closed. So our first series of Oms are going to be with our mouth closed. So it's actually going to be a humming sound that we create through the back of the neck, and it sounds like this. Almost like there's a bumblebee at the back of the throat. And what that does is it sends a vibration through the back of the head that is very calming for the nervous system. I want you to feel that vibration like a wave move through the back of the head, down the spine, through the body. Okay, so let's do it together. Inhale through the nose. Two more times. Inhale through the nose. One more time. Inhale deeply. And let yourself just relax in the next couple breaths, like your head just gave itself a lovely massage. That humming vibration relaxes the back of the brain, the back of the head. You'll feel the vibration all the way through the crown, down the spine, through the body. So just a couple more breaths here to enjoy the after effects of that humming. So on that next breath, we're going to do that 3 more times, but with the mouth open. So it'll sound like this. At the end, you allow your lips to come together to finish and complete with the humming sound. So just do it such that it feels natural to you. Eyes closed, 3 times together. Here we go. Inhale through the nose. And again. Do it such that it feels natural. Inhale again. And let your breath come back to normal. Eyes closed. Feel the after effects in your body. Feel the lovely effects of that vibration having moved from the crown through the feet. This is something you can practice on your own. You don't have to keep my rhythm and my tempo. If your breath is longer or shorter, doesn't matter. Do what's right for you.
As we now take the hands and stretch them up overhead behind us. Big, tall stretch and a big yawn on the exhale. Hear yourselves yawn. And then relax the arms and draw the knees into the chest. Rocking the knees side to side. Breathing into your lower back. Rolling onto your side in a fetal position. And on your next breath, use your hands to guide yourselves up to seated. Finding a comfortable seated position here. Hands at the heart, eyes closed. Inhale, lengthen through your crown. Exhale, bow the chin in towards the heart, plugging your tailbone into the center of the earth. Lengthen through the crown so that your spine is long and balanced and tethered with gravity. Rub the hands together. Feel that heat and energy. And on your next breath, inhale, widen the space at the heart. And exhale, bring the palms back together. And again, inhale, widen the spaces between the hands. And exhale, bring it back together. Rub the hands together again. And smooth out your body. Arms, chest, shoulders, back, legs. Shake it out. And thank yourselves for joining today. Namaste. Great to have you guys. Tomorrow we'll be back at the regular weekday time of 8:30 Pacific, 11:30 Eastern. Big love to all of you guys. Happy birthday, Omid. And big love to all you youth out there and youth at heart. You know, it doesn't matter what age we are. We've got that youth right here in our hearts to carry us forward through these challenging times. Big love, guys.